So for the first time in like a month and a half, we're headed out here on Askiy Ridge multiplayer, not worried about getting diamond pintails or diamond beavers. Now, if you don't have a diamond beaver yet, I'm kind of operating under the assumption that we'll eventually get one in single player, even though we shot tons and tons of beavers the other day with no luck. But anyway, we're going to check for beavers, we're going to check for pintails because we didn't get one on video, that whole pintail situation. But I'm excited to just hunt around this map, not worry about those things, and see what we find today. And the time in this server just got changed. It was around noon and now it's 6:48 a.m. And we got a mythical black bear scooting down through here, so if he would just slow down for a second, there we go. Brought the 338 break action just to kind of change things up. I can't tell if he actually ran or if he just kind of stood there and fell over, but I am perfectly fine with this time change. I still really, wow, that's a stud. We've had a level 1, I think, so I might leave that. I really want a rare Manitoban elk. We have not had one yet, so perfect opportunity to hunt those and black bear as we go. So first kill of the day, gonna be a 21.47 bear, not bad, double lung. I would think he would have dropped, but I just couldn't tell what happened there. I think we saw all the elk down here, so I don't know, maybe we'll go shoot that spike before we head off. So he actually does have a few more points than I thought, but I think if we just kind of run on in here, they should go alert. Now that that guy's moved, even the angle we have there is probably good enough. Just gonna go ahead and try to sneak that in there. Big old mule kick, he's not going too far. So, not exactly the rare elk we're after, but kind of can't pass those, right? So one giant elk down. That might still be a bronze. It is 101. Like I said, we've killed a level 1. What the heck, a couple of Hall of Shamers like that, I don't think it'd be a bad thing. The models are great, and then the antlers, I do think Manitoban elk, they did the best for a young elk, so there's that. Right along there at 108 meters with that quartering angle. Now let's see if we can find one with maybe just a little more headgear. Well, that's kind of cool looking. Got a whole herd of whitetail just moving through, snow all over their backs. There's also a dusky grouse, more bucks up there. They're all kind of around the same size, so maybe we'll just go ahead and get... That guy's got a better estimate. Brought the 7mm for kind of medium-sized game today. 0 for 300, aim a little low. Maybe it's because they're in the distance, I don't know, but they look really good with all the snow on their backs. It could be like the group of them there as well. Got another dusky grouse. Somewhere, is it that? Decent estimate, but not a chance at diamond. So there's our buck, and looks like some of the snow is melting off him already, but this is a thing we tend to run into. Like, it's already past the end of Manitoban elk drink time, and it's kind of like mule deer drink time on Silver Ridge Peaks, because there's so much room, you know, running between one frozen lake and the next. A lot of that time passes, and it feels like elk drink time is just gone in a flash. Speaking of elk, got some coming up out of there, but no antlers, unfortunately. Well, we shot a Hall of Shame elk. That's gotta be the lowest estimate I've ever seen on a dusky grouse, so why not go after it? And what do you know? It's about 8 a.m. here. We could hunt bison, we probably will hunt bison here in a little bit, but gonna check this little overlook for beavers. So, real quick, that's a silver male. And silver's 88. I don't think you could then get like a bronze male. Hard shot that, so that's a plus. Don't think we'll be ever adding a Hall of Shame dusky grouse to the lodge by the looks of it though. Well, what do you know? Got a max estimate male up there? It's like 400 meters away, and we have the 243, so I don't know exactly what the holdover looks like, but it's kind of just sitting there. Flipped him over. Did we hit anything good? Doesn't exactly look like it. Can we somehow do this then? Well, that was close. Well, we finally hit him again. Still didn't get a vital. He'll end up floating back here. Well, partway back here. We at least gotta get onto that middle part. But, literally every video, like, as I edit it, I'll be doing it with this video unless we find a diamond along the way. I'll sit there in the tripods and bounce around to all the different beaver dam locations, and I've been continuing to shoot them since the last video where we did that. We're shooting a ton of them. It's bound to happen eventually. So our max estimate male is laying right here. Little 28.1, so, oh wow. We kind of had that. We just shot between the lungs and I guess at 374. We didn't get enough penetration to get all the way in there. Second shot though, a mile too far back, so kind of a decent one anyway. I saw, oh, there's a bunch of elk out there. That guy's not bad. We didn't really get to shoot any Manitoban elk, so He's up to 379. That one's up to 381. We'll just get the one that's more broadside. That's out there 330 or so. Getting charged by a beaver? Okay, just level 2, not gonna worry about it. Let's get on that. Don't love that he's going to feed, but I think that ought to get in there. Health drop in, there we go. And if nothing else, maybe gives us more time in this area just in case there is some kind of decent beaver we didn't see. So we ultimately didn't make it very far, but it's kind of a tough track to come and find him. He is a 347 gold, I do believe that says. Kind of shot through the shoulder into the lung there at 336. And, well, it's almost 9 o'clock, 9:30 actually. Might as well go and chase bison for just a little while. That's fairly encouraging. Decent 4 there who's just standing upon another bison, I think. Can't get that one spotted. I think that 4 is our best option. There is one back in there that, now that he's out of the shadows, doesn't look nearly as dark. There's a dark brown, which is rare, and I honestly don't even know what they look like. We should probably get reloaded. But as we scoot in here, I think they'll kind of start to move around again. Now the one we want is facing away from us, therefore harder to alert. So we can just do that. Spooked a bunch of them, but can we just... Oh, it even spooked him. I wonder why it spooked him. I think we'll get a shot at him. Well, that might have been forward, but he kind of got stuck in there. That got a lung. Had to have just like grazed across the front. That didn't go how it was supposed to, but we'll take it. But how did we pull this off? Because that shot was forward. Yeah, just through the front of the lungs. It was a double lung shot, 140. Decent looking one. And it's 10 a.m. We got some time. We're just going to kind of scoot through all these lakes down here if we can. There's something we haven't seen in a while. A 5 medium Canada goose on Askiy Ridge. I did not grab the e-collar today. So I mean, that's 200. I just don't think we're going to hit it. We're just going to kind of follow them, I guess, and try to see if we can figure out where they're going to want to land. Maybe we'll see them start the circle. If not, we can go and grab the collar, but let's kind of pay attention. There's a 3 in there, a smaller 4, and then a 5, because you never know when we might need that information. They're already just heading straight out of render. I don't see a lot of Canada goose up here, so I would think they're not going to go that far. That's all the further we can see, though. Let's just jump back and grab the collar. So we kind of spooked them getting in. One of the things that's interesting with new maps, like, cover barely exists anymore. This works, but none of those trees up there work. So I think we can just sit here. We should be good. Now, we hope the correct flock comes in. Oh, wait. That's not them, is it? I don't think it is. None of the birds that I talked about, an average 4, and then like, I think a 3 are in there. They're circling, so I think they're going to end up here. So I think there's 2 level 5 Canada geese in this area. I'm pretty sure it was 7 to 9 on the other one. I think that was the estimate, and none of the other geese are with that one. I mean, they are everywhere. I think our spot is just fine. I imagine we'll see the one that we saw earlier eventually, but got another one to worry about for the moment. So I think our 5 is in here. There he is. Heading on down here. I can't even hear myself think with all this. Okay, that's the one. As soon as he lands, I hope it's not over the hill. It mostly is, but just sneak it in there. I think we got a neck shot. Whole ton of them coming out here. So, I guess we'll sit here for longer and see if that other one shows, but for now, let's go ahead and grab this. It is multiplayer. You never know what kind of weird stuff might happen. That, oh, it's a troll. 8.55. We also didn't hit the neck. That just killed him. Interesting. Perhaps it was the range. Well, now we definitely gotta wait for the other one. Now, I always recommend when you're hunting a specific bird, you saw a rare potential diamond or something fly off, when other flocks come in, it seems to be a good thing to go ahead and like take one out and spook them. I think it just makes other flocks spawn, but in this case especially, if you don't, it gets so loud. It's hard to even focus on anything. Are these spottable? They are. I don't think there was a 2 with the one that we're after. Doesn't look like them. Ooh, that'll be interesting. Time was reset to morning again. I don't know if that helps or hurts us. Yeah, I guess we'll run up here and grab that 4 that we shot and maybe consider setting up on the other end. Decent 8.07 there, so a couple of 8+. Just all kinds of stuff going on here. There's a flock of geese. We don't even have a collar up right now, but I decided to move just a little bit since the time got changed. Thought we could go up in the direction of where that 5 was headed. Don't think he's there. That is kind of similar to the flock, but shouldn't be them. Anyway, this guy decided to come and pay us a visit, little 35.56 silver. The wind is... they're going to try to land over top of us. So maybe if we put the collar like out this direction, that stuff will definitely work as cover. And like I said, not a lot of options. Let's give that a shot. Are you kidding me? The only thing I got rid of was the 338. Second shot, ow, I think it's gonna be lungs. It'll bring her down, but we can't get nothing done over here. There we go, that's the flock. Okay, saw that 3 and then the 4, and I figured pretty good chance we finally had him. So the wind is towards the collar, and I've seen a couple of flocks take off, so we're gonna try to get on him as quickly as he can. When they go down there and land, hopefully we can just make a quick shot, get him down, and get out of here. This is taking a lot longer than I thought. Just to check, everyone over here is calm. So that probably does mean we don't have to be like really panicky about it. I think they're gonna probably want to land on this circle. Yep, first part of the flock's coming down. He is further back, so they will have like a couple of minutes to spook if they want to, but I think we'll be okay. Kind of dropping down now. I think we're gonna need to crouch up. Helps if we spot the right goose. There we go. Just so we don't hit the rock. Perfect. So we got a dead charging bison over there and level 5 Canada Goose number 2 down. Hopefully this guy doesn't troll like the last one, but better estimate, 8 to 9 obviously. Go ahead and pick that up. Look at all the trails of the snow where they were walking around. All right, fingers crossed. No way. We got double trolled by geese. That's messed up. Call of the Wild shouldn't do stuff like that to us. Good lord. I don't know how long we just spent on that. 2 5s and they both trolled. I hope we get some kind of good redemption for that, because dang. Not that we need more diamond geese in the lodge, but hey, you know, it would have been nice. That's a nice level 4 elk, up to 500 estimate. Oh, I still never got the... I guess we're keeping the e-collar and running with the 7 mil today, but look at the size of those tines. He's not going to be a diamond 4 or anything, but considering they're about done drinking again, I'd happily take that one. Don't want to do the thing we did earlier and spook stuff, so I'd like him to just turn like a little bit more. He's back to attentive. I imagine he'll spin around, or I think we could probably get that. Just gonna go ahead and try to sneak that in there before he moves. Hell's going down, that'll work. It's a cool looking bull. Big old, just thick antlers sticking up out of the snow there. That's gonna be a 425, so we've had trolls like right in that range. Still about 30 shy of diamond, but liver and lung, best one we've seen today. And we're kind of in beaver territory, pintail territory, who knows what's gonna show up. Oh boy, here we go again, this time. Level 3 wood duck, please don't troll. Where are they going? Do we just set up here? Do we follow them? Again, I don't see a point in flinging lead at that kind of range. They can be like up at this beaver dam location. Let's set up like right on the edge, maybe there? Or, you know what, you can get them on the river too. That might be the move, maybe like down on this side. So it's kind of slow here, like we're getting this a lot, where ducks fly over but we can't spot them. I don't know exactly what that means in terms of our setup, but it just makes me feel like we're not quite in the right spot. So, got a drake there. It's actually 2 drakes, but we'll just go ahead and pop the 1. And I guess we might go back down where we came from, like towards the Y in the river, because a lot of those ducks are flying kind of down that way, and maybe that'll help us out. So, little standard 598. Heart shot that guy, by the way. Let's go down this direction. So, no dice so far on this, but we do have a couple of excellent estimate level 2s coming in. Now, they gotta kind of land over our heads and down, but as long as they get by us, we ought to be fine. Like, wood ducks do have an excellent sense of smell, that's why I set up this way, but we gotta hope they do that much and then we can get them. Problem is, I took my eye off that 706 one for a minute. That's one of them. And I think they were together, right? Oh, there he is. Okay, now he's coming down here. So we're going to try to get them both. Might as well reload, because who knows what kind of weird stuff's going to happen. They're coming in from a high enough angle. They don't spook as they fly over top of us. So we want that one and that one. Let's keep him spotted. Oh, not quite fast enough to get that. Got the better estimate, which is why I wanted to make sure we shot it first. And I guess, like, we're gonna keep on moving up the river until we get that 3 to show up. Like, we're getting close to the direction they were headed in, so maybe we should try that? That's close, 10 away. Left long shot. What do you know, it seems like every video out here, we start out chasing other stuff, and somehow it ends up we see some kind of wood duck that we spend forever trying to get. I think we finally found him. That looks kind of light. Yeah. I don't think it's Erythristic. Maybe that's the standard. To be perfectly honest, I don't remember that being the estimate. I don't know. Jeez, we gotta pay attention to that 6641. I'm not so convinced that isn't something as well. Maybe it's just standard, but what are the odds the rest of the drakes are the dark plumage? I don't know. Also, just last second here, I realized I wasn't in cover, so we got moved back. That's our 3. Where is that other drake? They're coming down at a good angle, so they shouldn't spook. We should have plenty of time to kind of investigate. Oh boy. They're kind of going in a not ideal spot. Where's that other one? I guess there's a tiny little... like a tiny little dip there? There's the 3. I'd like to... we already failed killing 2 at once before. I either want to be able to see it, or at least, if we can't get a good spot on it, just kill them both based on outlines. Where? They will leave eventually, so we can't just do this forever. Oh, it is! That is Erythristic. Are you kidding me? I'm gonna kill that one first. Alright. Don't walk into that grass, man. There's no way we get them both. If we don't have one spotted and can see the other, I don't see it happening. I don't like the situation we got ourselves in. That's the rare, and that's the one I care about. Let's get that and see if we can somehow get the 3 out of the air. I'm not even sure if I care anymore. That is awesome. Okay, got that one. Gotta run forward here. Where is the level 3? Where is a drake? That ain't it. Did it go off this way? Must have gone that way. Gonna be the last duck we spot. Okay, there it is. It's probably long gone. Spinning around, that might help us. See if we can kind of like cover a little ground. Shooting like perpendicular like this is a huge challenge when they're going that fast. Ah, that's okay. We got a way cooler one. We almost like easily could have let him get away. They are not as obvious as I thought because they have like more brown and stuff in the neck and the head compared to the hens. Let's grab that and get him taxed. 619 gold. Are you kidding me? Like, we got so lucky. As I said, I'm really not convinced that that was the right level 3. I think this may be another flock, but I don't know. And it led to a way cooler thing, an Erythristic gold medal wood duck. I guess I'm gonna sit here. Like, I guess we'll wait and see if that 3 comes back. But this, like, this was the only, there are piebalds, but this was the only, other than piebald, rare wood duck drake that we didn't have. No, there's Salute Silver as well. But that just looks incredible. I love the Erythristics. They look so darn good with the wood ducks, and we have a drake for our trophy lodge. And maybe we can get a level 3 too. We might as well go back here and sit. This, I've moved so many times. This was where we killed the high estimate one. The only negative was, like, that little dip. If I set this up here, it might be better. We may never see him again, and if that's the case, fine by me. We got an awesome rare. I just don't think that level 3 is ever coming back. And to be honest, like, if we didn't kill that Erythristic, we might sit here and wait or move around more to try to get him, but I want to go back and get that thing in the trophy lodge next to our other, you know, display of rare wood ducks. So I think we'll grab this one. Couple of level 5 Troll Canada Geese today. I think it may have been a couple of level 3 wood ducks. I really can't remember. All that led to one specific thing, and that rare Erythristic golden is far better than any diamond, at least bird, that we could ever ask for. Diamond beaver, you know, still trying to get that. And it really is crazy to think about. You know, like, we hit it out there today. We're not worried about trying to hunt beavers. We're not worried about trying to hunt pintail, and we still end up down there in the southeast because, you know, there's cool stuff down there, and it ends up being a trophy wood duck again. I mean, it happens time after time. So we've now got 2 albino drakes up there, a melanistic, and I guess we're going to take the Erythristic hen down, because we've got the drake instead. We're also going to flip the ferruginous duck over because we've got all these kind of together. I mean, that is just an amazing looking duck. That coloration, that golden plumage all the way through, kind of a gradient, like light colors up on top of the crest, and you got the dark on the head and neck, down onto the chest, and then it lightens back up. Just super, super cool looking, and definitely went to GoPro there. One of the things that like stood out to me, it wasn't incredibly obvious in the air. Like, I kind of thought something was up, but I wasn't certain of it. Also, the beak. That might be something worth looking at. If we have a... Before we put the ferruginous duck here, we have a max scorewood duck. Yeah, the lower part of the beak on them is black, but at least on the other rares is not. So that's something maybe you could catch on to as well. But let's throw that ferruginous duck up here in that spot. This duck wall has changed quite a lot since Askiy Ridge came out. But man, I am so thrilled with the way that ended up looking. And hey, we still have trophies yet to get out there on Askiy Ridge. Hopefully we can continue finding cool stuff as we go along. And we'll see what the next hunt leads to in terms of what we can add to this trophy lodge or even the second lodge. But anyway, that's going to do it for this video. As always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.